back, and last upload, what we did is we put the first wrap, or we tipped the page in for Action Comics 63. So this is it. It curved very nicely, the spine, for a half page. But what I want to do now is I want to put in the first wrap. So we're going to remove this half wrap and look at the curve. The curve is very nice, and I'm going to put it to the side. Now what we're going to do is we are going to round the spine on the first wrap that we leaf casted. So how are we going to do this? It's going to be done a little different from the half wrap that we worked on. So, but not that much different. So what I want to do is I want to take the interior away, and I want to put down a grate with a piece of Polytex. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the nicely cut first wrap. I think it looks pretty nice in my opinion. And then I am going to flip it, and we are going to wet the actual spine on the reverse side right here. And then I'll also wet the leaf casted side. We're going to use regular Poland Spring water. I'm going to pour some in. I have my measuring cup to the side. We're going to use a sponge this time. And then all I want to do is just slowly go down and put some moisture. And I don't like the way this is working, so I'm going to go to a brush. I'm going to slowly put moisture, not a lot, going down. And we have to be careful because I have Tengojo there. I'll put some water going right down the middle of the spine, just like this. And you see it is moving, which is fine because we're going to put it into shape. Hopefully that's enough water right there. I think it will be. That's it. Now what I want to do is I want to see if we can get this to wrap around the existing book. And I think I want to just put a little bit more water on this side as well to make it consistent. Just like this, because we're going to wrap the leaf casting around the book so it matches up nicely. That should be good. Hopefully it is. The next thing I want to do, and we're going to go wet right on the existing book. I want to take the page, the first wrap, and I want to try to match it as best as possible with the existing book, just like that. We'll lower it down a little bit, and then I want to try to wrap it around gently, just like that. I hope the camera's picking up the process. There we go. And then I'm just going to take my fingers and gently roll it, and I think it lined up quite nicely, just like this. And we're going to put it down and make sure it's nice and tight. And I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. Just for now, I'm going to put a piece of glass on it for a second because we're going to prep what we need to do. And then I'm going to take the glass off. That was a wasted step. Now what I want to do is I want to take this grate and I want to put it to the side. And we're going to take our mat off. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of the shelving unit, just like this. Make sure the camera's picking it up. Then what I want to do is I'm going to take 3 sheets of paper towels, just like this. Then what I want to do is I want to make sure the leaf casted segment is matched up nicely, which it looks like it is. Look how well that's matched up to the book. Then I'm going to take a nice paper towel wrap that I'm doing, and I'm doing some adjustments as we go, just like this. I want to make sure it's lined up perfectly, or as best as possible. I'm going to tinker with it a little bit more, and that looks pretty good. I just want to lower the first page down a tiny bit. Make sure it's matched up nicely, which it looks like it is. Then I'm going to take my paper towel, just like this, and I'm going to wrap the paper towel around it. And the reason why I'm wrapping the paper towel around it is because next we're going to take our parchment. And I want to take the parchment and put it right in the middle, just like this, and I want to wrap the parchment around it. Then I'm going to take my center board, or the magazine board, and I'm going to pull just like this, and this is going to make it nice and tight to get the actual rounding the way I want it. Then I'm going to take my second shelving, and I'm going to slowly move my fingers, and I want to put the second shelving over it just like this to make a sandwich. And we can pull it down just a little bit, and now we have our sandwich. So what are we going to do next? What we're going to do next is I'm going to put a weight on it temporarily to keep the pressure on it. Then what we are going to do, and you can see this is not easy peasy, 1, 2, 3, there's a lot of steps involved. So what I want to do now is I want to lift up the shelving, which is putting pressure on my rounded first wrap, the rounding of the spine. Then what we're going to do is we're going to lift up Big Bertha. And this is definitely a Big Bertha. Then I want to adjust the camera so we can see what I'm doing. I think that's pretty good. Then we're going to take the weight off, and I slowly want to hold the bottom of the shelving unit, and I want to put it into the press just like this, and I'm going to slide it nicely in, slide it in, like the White Snake album that I really liked from the early 80s. I think it was 86. Mike Night Tiger will definitely know that one. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to wrench down, make it nice and tight, and we're going to let it sit. We're going to let it sit probably for a good half an hour or so, and I'm going to check it out after half an hour or so, so stay tuned. Okay guys, this is just a follow-up, and I removed the paper towel and I removed the parchment paper, and the spine is curved very nicely. It is still a little moist. It's been in the press only for maybe 15 minutes, Big Bertha. But right now, what I want to do off camera is I want to insert the actual tipped page, and then we're going to press it in Big Bertha as is. So next upload, what we'll do is we will show the results. So thank you for stopping by and stay tuned.